Here with Gulf Coast head coach Jack Wright. We moved inside because we had to battle the rain tonight. How was it up here at Moorhead with in the rain?
I was a little surprised. You know, we checked the forecast earlier in the week, and this really was not in the forecast. And on the way up here, there was just a large, kind of a stagnant rainstorm that never moved. It didn't rain hard, but it was steady. It never stopped. And so, it did affect play a little bit for both sides.
Yeah, I've got a real beef with meteorologists after our first two games. We've had some rain. Although this is the coolest first two games of the year that I've been around. It was.
I would rather have this than scorching hot and humid like we typically get this time of year for sure.
Let's talk about the game. You guys piled up over 400 yards on offense. Talk about that side of the ball first. What did y'all do well today offensively?
We came out throwing the football really well. I thought we looked really sharp. The surface was good. The ball was dry, and landing was sharp. And we weren't perfect, but we did hit some throws. And then they did a good job of adjusting. You got to give their staff a lot of credit. What we were hitting them with early was not there later in the second half. So just kind of looking back at it, we should have adjusted quicker as coaches and run the ball a little more and change some things up. And we did eventually. It worked, but we kind of cost ourselves a couple of opportunities in the process.
I think y'all ran the ball more effectively than you did last week. What did you see out of the run game?
Just a solid performance by the O-line. Our backs ran really hard. The thing that I love about our backs, they're always twisting, turning, getting more yards. They get a lot of hard yards, and that's really pleasing to see. Of course, Trey and Chandler were the workhorses, but Brandon Hines and Connor Brown came in late and had some really good runs.
And with the wet ball, I don't think y'all had any fumbles. Had a couple turnovers in the passing game, but I don't think you had any fumbles. That's saying something in wet conditions like this.
You always worry about that, especially being on the road. You can't go into the equipment room and get another ball. You have to play with what you brought. And people don't think about this, but eventually the uniforms get wet. They get heavier. Everything just becomes more difficult over time in these kind of conditions. But our kids fought through it. You don't want to make it an excuse because they're battling the same thing, and it's just a matter of managing that and kind of being mentally strong and pushing through.
And this is a rare game on grass, and that always makes a difference too in our league. Most places have turf. I kind of enjoy being out on the grass, so that was fun. Let's talk about defense. Regulators held them to a yard under 100. That's always a great accomplishment.
It is. Anytime that you keep the numbers that low today in college football is an accomplishment. The way teams spread it out, run and throw, RPOs, option football, there's going to be some things that are difficult to stop. I thought they got a few yards on us early and maintained some drives with the help of some penalties in fairness, but in the end, we were really playing some really good defense. I think we got better throughout the night.
Right at the end of towards the end of the first half, the regulators get a safety, which you always love to see. You have them pinned in, you get the safety. But then like 2 plays later, they were back in the red zone. That was one of the most remarkable turnarounds after a turnover.
Yeah.
And then they got the stop there.
2 times tonight we put our defense in an just awful position, where they're backed up down there deep and had to make a play, and they came through both times. So that is really just a testament to their resilience. We talk about sudden change in practice, being able to come off the bench and focus. They did that. So kudos to those guys. But, from my perspective, we can't do that. Offensively, we got to take care of the football. And even if we don't perform great, we've got to execute and at least punt and give our defense a chance. So it's kind of a good and bad type situation.
You like to see the defense do it, but, there's teams that will really make you pay for those kind of mistakes coming up down the line. And one of those teams is coming up next week with Jones. You may have seen a little of them. They played Delta last week, so you got to watch a little of that as you were breaking down Delta. What do you know about them?
Just a bunch of great players. They do a fantastic job of recruiting. They're big, strong, fast. They're just well coached. I just can't say enough good things about them. So it'll be a war like it always was with Jones, and we'll have to get really ready this week to play those guys.
The good news, finally get a home game. It's been a while, and it's going to be good to play at AL May.
I don't know, Don. Just the last 2 to 3 years, it seems like we're taking a lot of long road trips early in the year. I mean, when do we get to play at home, and when do people have to come down to the coast and play us? So we're glad to have it in our stadium. We know there'll be a big crowd. We know the energy will be on our side Thursday night, and so just looking forward to that atmosphere.
Yeah, the schedule's been weird. We're playing 4 home games again this year. I think we've only played 5 home games in the regular season once since 2018 because of the schedule and COVID,
right.
that kind of stuff. So
Right.
it's been kind of an odd run, but you guys go 2-0 to start the year, which is always good.
Yeah, going 2-0, coming home. You know this, Don. ALMA is a special place. There's not a lot of environments across the country that have the energy and the crowd size, and so we're looking forward for our kids to experience that. Some of them haven't done that. We just want everybody to come out and wear blue and just be really loud and support our guys.
In the Blue Night coming up next week.
Yep.
We'll see you there, Jack. Congratulations.
All right, see you there.
We're here after the game with Montrell Chapman, the sophomore linebacker from Batesville, right up here in this neck of the woods. What does it feel like to come back in your neck of the woods and get a W up here?
Man, it feel good, but the Delta is the Delta, man. You can't get used to the Delta, man.
It wasn't as hot as it could be. We had a lot of rain. What was it like playing in the sloppy today?
It was okay. It was just the mosquitoes in the Delta. They're crazy. It's up on the sideline out there.
I didn't see any mosquitoes. I saw some birds flying around. It looked like that's what was eating me up. Montrell, how did you guys held them to 99 total yards? How did the regulators play tonight?
The regulator played good. We just got a little few more mistakes we need to fix. Like Brett Schufelt, like he be on us every practice. Every practice he be on us to get better each and every day.
You guys got put in some tough spots, had a couple red zone stops.
Yes, sir.
What is y'all's mindset when you get in there with your back against the wall?
The back against the wall, we like that at practice every day. The offense gives us a good look every day. We do red zone every day. Like, it's normal to us. Like, we were confident in ourselves.
Y'all had a lot of stuff in the backfield tonight. You had 5 tackles, had a tackle for loss. What's the key to kind of cause disruption?
The key is just to keep going and, like, don't let the last play define the next play. Like, just keep going.
Offense piled up a bunch of yards, too. What did you see looking at them from the sidelines?
The offense, they did good. They had our back like we got theirs. And it's just a few more things they gotta get together, too, just like the defense.
Y'all are 2-0. We got a big game next week against Jones, our first home game.
Yes, sir.
You know anything about Jones yet?
Jones, we were just really working on one team at a time, but Jones and Mississippi Delta had last week, so I looked at a little bit with theirs too. I was focused on one game at a time though.
What's it going to feel like to get a home game finally?
Man, home game, I'm waiting for that. I've been waiting on a home game.
All right, we'll have fun next week. Thank you, Montrell.
Yes, sir. Appreciate it.
We're here after the game with sophomore running back Trey Hall from right in this neck of the woods, Rolling Fork. Trey, you guys rushed for 290 yards tonight. Was that the game plan to come in and try and run the ball?
Yes, sir. We're going to start out. We're going to come in and start out with try to run the ball and get the feel of it. Hit the ground hard, run hard, and start again. Open up, get them off their cover 2, get them to the cover 1, let the receiver go out there and make cover plays.
How did you feel like you ran the ball tonight?
I mean, I feel like I had an okay game, you feel me? I got to go in and work on some things. Had some big runs I posted broke loose, but my O-line did good up front, so all praise to the O-line up front.
I think you wound up with about 80 yards rushing, had a touchdown run. What happened on the touchdown?
I mean, I had seen the end zone, you feel me? He met me in the end zone, like before the end zone, but I just kept my feet moving, I scored the touchdown.
The regulators got put in a couple tough positions. They got a safety and then turned around and had to stop them in the red zone. They were able to get a couple big red zone stops. What'd you see from your D today?
I mean, they stepped up for us, man. They had our back, we had their back, you feel me? They went out there and made a couple good plays, and we leaned on them tonight.
This is another game where I think y'all are going to be able to look at the film and see you got a lot of things to improve on. What kind of things are y'all going to be working on this week?
We're going to work on a lot of stuff. We're going to start with going in and changing some stuff up, like in the run game and pass game. We're going to go in and start on the defense, too, and they got to clean some things up, too, on their side. We just going to come together and work hard and fulfill our stuff. You
got Jones next week. You're going in at 2-0. This is always, one of the biggest games of the year. What do you know about Jones?
I don't know much about them. I was just focused on. I'm going game by game. You feel me? I was just focused on this game. We finna get in. Come in Sunday at 5 o'clock and we'll see what they about.
Watch that film. All right. Thank you, Trey. Congratulations.
Yes, thank you too.